Hi traders, welcome to Elite Currency. My name is Chris and we have new monthly candles to look at. March has been completed, which we'll be doing on the euro dollar and pound dollar as we look ahead at the second quarter of 2018. So the euro dollar monthly candle looking bullish, but there's a half a wick on top. So, not much information here. Two relatively smaller candles, one bearish, one semi-bullish. So it looks like it's struggling to continue with the bullish momentum that we've had, of course, since 1.5 years from ago, and it has taken price from 103 all the way up to 125. So for the moment, I do think that the bullish momentum is still has the upper hand, but obviously looking weaker. Also, when you look at the weekly chart, you can see 6 weekly candles not breaking this high, and last week was also a bearish candle. So my time pattern would typically indicate that this is a moment where price will reverse or build a bigger retracement based on that time pattern. So let's see, beginning of next week, if there could be maybe still one more push, but otherwise it is looking like definitely a big consolidation zone when compared to this entire move up. So if price does break through this support trend line, there could be some there could be some bearish pressure on the table here for your dollar to fall. Now, the thing is that this breakout is a little bit difficult because this could still be a wave 4. And if you look at wave 4s, they could be lengthy and corrective. This is maybe a wave 1, 2, 3, 4. So, and it could still be a wave 4 even if you get the bearish breakout. So that bearish breakout might take price back all the way to 120, but it could also hit this zone and move up again. So this is a very tricky situation at this moment if it breaks through this support, because of these support levels that could still provide support. What could happen basically is that this is an ABC, here's an ABC, and now we go for one more ABC, and that could still be a bigger wave 4, and up we go for a wave 5. Alternatively, if it stays above this trend line, it's possible, right? Then it could be still a bouncing spot. And what could happen is that this could be an ABC. It could finish a wave 2, and up it goes for a wave 3. So it did seem to complete 5 waves. That could be either the wave C of a wave 2. Alternatively, right, it could also be the A. This could be a B. Down it goes for a C of that bigger wave 2 as well. So point is basically, there are a lot of scenarios here, I know. Normally I don't discuss that many because from my point of view, it's pretty straightforward. In this case, I think because of the bigger consolidation, there are definitely more options on the table and a bit more difficult to have a path of least resistance in mind. But I think for the moment, got to be very careful of this bottom in my view. Got to be very careful if price does move up, that how it responds to these levels right here, because I think that will be a strong resistance zone as well. So if price hits the support, I think there's a chance of a bounce up. If it hits resistance, there's a good chance of a bounce down. Basically, to cut a long story short, I think that there could be an expansion of this consolidation for the first week of April at least, and perhaps longer, within this kind of 122 and 125 zone. So for the moment, not much breakout perhaps to be expected. But on the lower time frame, 5 waves did complete. So if there is any kind of sign of weakness here and failure to break through support, this could be an upside here because it could finish in A, B, C up to 124, 124.50 resistance zone. That could be kind of a short-term trade, possible maybe next week. Alternatively, if it does push through this, there could be a short-term trade into this zone, but as I said, that could be a bouncing spot as well. Pound dollar, let's take a look at short and long term. Long term speaking, well, bullish candle, just like the euro dollar. Weekly chart, failure to break this high, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 candle already. Last week was bearish and seems to be a hook back and failure to break this top for the moment. And on the daily chart, we can see that there was a couple of good breakouts on 4-hour charts, but finally running into some serious resistance as we expected, right around this zone. A little bit shy of that, but very small difference on a daily chart. We hardly notice. So yes, bumped into that resistance zone and turned as expected, or I should say that resistance zone was expected to cause trouble, and price is moving lower as we speak. It broke through some support trend lines like this. And let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. I think it's at a crucial level right now, because this could still be a wave 4 if we put a fib from here to here. But it's right at the 50 fib, it's right at the round level of 140, and it's right at the long-term moving average. So if it is going to bounce, it has to be here. It's more or less now or never, in my view. If it does bounce, there could be one more push-up to retest the full resistance zone. If it breaks through the 50 fib, then this seems to be a 5-wave completed. If it bounces, then this could be wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a key decision zone in my view. Bounce or break spot. If it breaks, I would not trade it right away to the downside. What I would be doing is wait for a break, wait for price to get back to the 21 EMA, and look for continuation trades. If it bounces, then basically I would be looking for a bounce, a break, pullback, and continue. Be trading that pullback, continue right there. That's what I'd be looking for the pound dollar. So yeah, if it breaks to the downside, I want a good break to the 61.78.6 fib, hook back and continue. So that's my view on the pound dollar. Pretty straightforward, perhaps compared to the euro dollar. I think that there are two options to trade it at this moment, and that's not here, in my view, too risky. That's after the break or after the pullback. All right. In the bearish case, it's after the pullback. In the bullish case, it's after the break and continuation. All right, more free analysis at elitecurrency.com. You can also try out our ECS start package, including Wiz tool and many good indicators and PDFs. Wish you all good trading, a happy weekend, and see you all soon. Cheers.